There's times like this, which is actually the 2nd of June 2009, when you think the world has basically gone totally, completely mad. The government of the United States is putting billions into General Motors. The government of Canada is putting billions into General Motors in Canada, all to preserve jobs, they say. What they're afraid of, really, is the economic consequences of their vast program of overtaxation and overspending for years and years and years, and the bank's process of lending money when there was no security, all unregulated by government. In fact, it was a desire to create an artificial atmosphere that everything was fine. The same politicians of the stripe of Obama or of Harper, actually, are all in favor of continuing fraud. It's like a giant Ponzi scheme. They are robbing Peter to pay Paul, taking from us $313, I think, from every Canadian to buy General Motors when it's going broke. This is the height of insanity. This is politicians who have lost all concept of right or wrong, and all they're doing is using your money to buy a little bit of time in which it will not be obvious that they have stolen money from the Treasury. It will not be obvious that they have bankrupted their own country, buying, in effect, losing enterprises. This process has been the end result of the Canadian way of doing business. It has always been in this country possible to make fools out of Western Canadians and make Central Canadians happy with Western Canadian resource wealth. That's what we're doing today. They're not bailing out Western farmers or the oil industry or the tar sands. They're not even going to think about that except to make fun of it. They're not going to do anything for Western Canada, but Ontario must be helped, must be saved. And all of a sudden to see Stephen Harper and Dalton McGuinty with this phony, sober look on their faces, announcing they're going to take your money and give it to an auto industry that basically is American-owned and operated and runs in Ontario, has got to be enough to convince most Western Canadians they can't continue with this fraud any longer. And the fact that it's a Western Canadian selling out our resources and our future for the benefit of Ontario doesn't console me and shouldn't console you. And therefore, my friends, this again has got to prove to reasonable people it's time to free the West.